Devin, that brings us to Crowdfunding Corner for the week of March 29th. I think, nope, today's the 27th. 28th is when this will go live. There are 4 games I wanted to highlight whose crowdfunding campaigns end in the next couple of weeks. And let's start with this first one of the bigger ones of the week for sure. Formaggio came out last year and is a very, very popular game about making cheese. This is a reprint of Formaggio and a new expansion. Standalone expansion, I guess. Cool thing about Formaggio, it's a worker placement game. You have workers, you're putting them out on the board. A lot of games do that. This game has a board that's a circle, and it spins on a lazy Susan. And so everyone can take their turns at the same time, because I can only place my worker on the cheese wedge that is directly in front of me. Mm-hmm. And so I can be placing my guys while you're placing your dudes, because I can't mess with your spot over there. And then that will rotate. So I'll kind of show you that here. Yep. And where you're placing them and what direction you're pointing them is important too, because the workers, to make different kinds of cheese and do other actions, take a certain number of turns to complete that action. And then once from the wheel spinning, that worker is pointed back at you, that means they're done. And then I think you can take them off and use them again. So some actions only require one turn. And so the worker will be pointed, I think, to the right, so that when it spins, they're pointed right back at you. Then some will take up to 3 to be pointed back at you. So some actions take longer to complete. This game, like I said, has been very popular this last year. It looks cool if you're making cheese and wine, and serving that cheese and wine on different plates and stuff. The expansion here has 4 new board quadrants with new little mini games. Sometimes you want to on some of them you're trying to I think do rows and columns or clusters or make certain kinds of combos. But yeah, very, very cool. I think it looks really nice. I've yet to play this one, but I really want to. They say because everyone can take their turns at the same time. I think the note that they had here is it takes what would be a 2-hour Eurogame experience and shrinks it down into 45 minutes, because everyone can, the feeling of a 2-hour Eurogame into about 40 minutes, which is cool in theory. I hope that in actual practice it is that fun, but it looks cool.
It does. It looks awesome.
And I think the lazy Susan and rotating of the board is really cool. It's crazy that will just fit in a box, because those are just 4 different pieces. They show it being built here. Where was it? I think it's up here at the top, because they have a new one. Is that it? No, that's just showing it mixing and matching. Build cheese and put workers on there. Oh, come on, they show it. Oh, I think it's right here. A new and improved lazy Susan. I guess this little mat goes under it, and then the 4 pieces click in, piece in the middle, and then a locking thing on top. It's pretty cool. So, I really want to try this game. It's been sold out everywhere and hard to find, so this might be one of the best ways to find it. You do have to pay Kickstarter prices and shipping. It's not going to be the same price as Game Nerds probably, but I'm guessing they have some bonuses for backing. So that's Formaggio and the expansion, which I think was called Formaggio. It's on Kickstarter for another 12 days until April 8th. All right, next up, this company has done a few of these campaigns in the past where they bring older games from hundreds of years ago, forward into a nice, sleek, little modern version. I actually have one of their games. It was right behind me.
I think I've played it.
It's
maybe I haven't.
I don't think you have.
Oh.
Where did I put it?
Is it right there?
It's a little green bag. No.
My neck doesn't turn.
It doesn't matter. I have one of their games. It's about tigers and sheep, and it's from India and like from 1400 years ago. And so they just made like a little version in a cinch bag, kind of like that bag on the right that I got for like $12 on here. These are 4 other games from different parts of the world. One's from Hawaii, one's from America, one's from, I think, Guatemala and Chile. All of these are 2-player, 20-minute games. You can get them, I think, separately or in this kind of set here. And if you get them in this set, they all come in this little box that then will like nest inside one bigger box. I think they show, yeah, like that, which is kind of cool. That you have a few different ways to store it. Cool idea. Basically taking games that could maybe be lost to time, bringing them forward. Also kind of nice because they're like so old, they're in like public domain, so you don't have to like pay somebody for the rights, you know. So kind of an interesting kind of a strategy they have. But I guess the 4 games are, and I'm not going to explain the rules because I only briefly looked at them. Komikan, how would you pronounce that?
Komikan.
Komikan from Chile. A little playmat with these pieces that look like, what would that be, a goat and a lion? What's that? An alpaca? Alpaca? Llama?
Yeah,
Komikan?
it's gotta be a llama.
You're probably right. Okay, then the one from Hawaii is Konane.
Wow, I feel like you killed the name right there. Good job.
Wow, thanks.
I was gonna say Konane.
Yeah, maybe that's right. The one from America is
with like nanai.
Yes.
With like nanai.
There you go.
I think that's right.
I don't know. That's a long name. I like the snakes on those pieces though. And the 4th one is Puluk from Guatemala. And those pieces stack kind of cool, it looks like. So anyways, there are 4 games there. It's a cool initiative that they do, so I wanted to give that one a shout out. That one's on Kickstarter until April 10th. All right, 2 more games this week. This next one, it's very odd looking. I kind of picked it because I love the artwork. It's also got quite a few backers, so I think it's gotten a little bit of buzz, maybe mostly from the country, of Ukraine. This is ARIDNYK, a mythical journey of folklore legends. 1 to 4 players, plays in about an hour. It's a tile laying game where you're like building this like land of tiles, and then you're moving your characters along those tiles in order to activate them, and then you like pay the spirits at these different locations different amounts of goods, and they'll give you cards and trinkets and stuff. I mostly just like the uniqueness of the artwork. I think it said at the top, what did it say? It's a comics version based on a comics of Ukrainian mythology, set amidst the majestic Carpathians.
Yeah, we've never looked at a game with that exact aesthetic before.
Yeah, for reals. So wanted
or
to
talking about this exact subject, I guess.
Like this guy's just standing here saying, "My sheep won't go with you."
There ain't no way they're going.
They're not going anywhere. So I don't know. I like the vibe. I would need to read a little bit more about the rule book, but it seems I like games that like let you build the map, because that's a lot of variability from one play to the next, instead of like just a set map. So kind of a cool little idea here. I don't know a ton more about it other than that, but wanted to give it a shout out. That's ARIDNYK, a mythical journey of folklore legends, on Kickstarter until April 11th. Then last up, I think this is the newest game in the series of games they call the Key games, from designers David Turksey and Richard Breese. And I think Richard Breese designed Keyflower and Keeper and some of the others that also start with Key. And especially Keyflower is like a very well regarded and loved game. So this one, it's called Keyside, has some fancy like a meeples and a special component tray for this Kickstarter campaign. And in the game you have dice and workers that go on boats, and when another player sends like their dice or workers out, you can follow them And I like follow mechanisms in games because then you're invested the whole time. You're watching what everyone else is doing to see if like, oh, can I piggyback on your turn instead of just like twiddling your thumbs until it's your turn again. So I like that idea. The games in this line are pretty well regarded, so I imagine it will be very good. And both of those designers, and partnering with David Turksey, he's very prolific nowadays. So yeah, not much more probably to say about that one. If you like Euro games, I imagine this one is kind of on your radar. But it's a Keyside in the Key series of games. I do think it's a little bit pricey, but I think they're shipping from Europe. If I remember correctly, yeah, 15 euros or was that a euro or a pound? You know what that symbol is? I don't know.
Absolutely.
I can never remember. I mix them up all the time. 15 somethings to ship to America. And I think the game is $72 about. So it's
Wow.
not a cheap guy. But these are like pretty complex Euro games that a lot of people love and play for like a long, long time. So anyways, that's Keyside, also on Kickstarter until the 13th. There's a lot more games coming to Kickstarter, or that have campaigns going right now, but don't end for like weeks. So we'll talk about them in the coming weeks. That's going to do it for our 4 picks this week. So, Devin, before we go, which of those 4 games is going to be your pick of the week?
For me, it might be a bad pick because we don't really know the rules, but I'm just going to choose LUDOS. Just because some people might really love to see what they played in the past.
Yeah, if you like grew up playing... Oh, what did I do?
Oh, you done it now.
Push the wrong button. If you grew up playing some of these games in like your home country, then yeah, that might be very close to your heart, near and dear to you.
Yeah, just kind of a cool project, I guess.
It really is.
I don't know if the games are even good, but...
yeah, I don't know anything really about those games, but I do like their minimalist vibe. They like give you a little like... It's not even like neoprene mat. It's like a... What is that material? I wonder if they say...
It's a little more coarse, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly. I wonder if it will tell me right here.
It's authentic.
Yeah, exactly. Pledges. Oh, I thought they would say here for sure. The material's like in my head, and it's on my tongue, but I cannot think of what it's called. But yeah, a little more like earthy and coarse, like you said, of a mat. And then pretty simple pieces, but they're screen printed, and so they're nice, and it all fits in a bag. And then that bag can go in a little box if you want it, and the little box can go inside a bigger box. So kind of like a nesting doll.
Wow.
A little bit. I couldn't decide. A few of these look good. I think Keyside looks really good, but I think Formaggio is going to win my pick of the week. Mostly because I really want to play Formaggio, and I haven't been able to yet. I just like the idea of, do I assign this worker out here that's going to take 3 turns to get back to me? Or do I put like 2 out in different spots that are 1 turn each? I like that idea, and that everyone is playing at the same time. It's got to make it very quick, like I said. So that's probably my pick of the week. And that's
probably a better game than my pick. It's good. It's good mechanics.
It's definitely more modern.
Yes, strategic. Yeah. Everyone's involved constantly. Cool looking. The board's awesome.
Oh, I think your pick was great though.
And
props to them for bringing all those old games forward. I think it's awesome. All right, well, that's going to do it for Crowdfunding Corner for the week of March 28th, 2025. We'll see you next week for episode 53. Thank you so much for watching this video. As most of you know, Gaming Top Down is an independent endeavor. I don't accept money from publishers for previews or opinion-related content, but there are a few ways that you can support the channel and help me keep the lights on. Liking this video and subscribing to the channel helps me to grow. If you're thinking of getting a game that I covered in this video, please click the affiliate link in the description of this video. It helps to support me and doesn't add any cost to your purchase. I also do a weekly gaming podcast where I talk about the board games that I'm playing along with my brother. You can check that out on Apple's podcasts and on Spotify. And you can also get that podcast 3 days early over on our Patreon. You can follow the Patreon at patreon.com/supergamebrothers completely for free. But if you do support us over there, you get some extra perks like being able to write into the show, getting early access to the show, voting on the games that I'm going to cover and review, and lots of other fun stuff. Thanks so much for your support, for liking and commenting on my videos. You really are what helped keep the lights on for me. Thank you.